about to leave. Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Morning and welcome back to part 2 of our European tour. We're on our 6th full day in Europe, and when we saw you last, I think we were on the beach at Le Colque.
Lovely beach.
And it was to be continued. So we were staying at First Camp in Le Colque, which is part of the group that we're using for this tour. And the pitches were small and it was very built up. We reckon there must have been nearly 500 pitches on the site.
And there were a lot of seasonal pitches.
A lot of
people that were living there.
Yeah. I mean, I reckon 80% were maybe seasonal pitches.
Yeah.
70-80% were seasonal pitches. But it was about £25 a night. The facilities were fine, but it was very much you were all just on top of each other. Like now, where our caravan is, the neighbour's motorhome was literally where our car was, wasn't it? That was the space between the units, so it was quite claustrophobic. And then that night we had the most horrendous thunder and lightning storm as well. It was building.
Kept us up most of the night. It
did. We had a horrendous sleep. It was unbelievable. I was just waiting to get hit by lightning. So that morning though, we hitched up and we set off. I don't think we even filmed that because you didn't feel very well, did you?
No.
And the weather was a bit inclement.
So we travelled 346 kilometres or 214 miles yesterday over to Malmö, which is where we are at the moment. First Camp Malmö. Yeah, in Sweden. So how did we get here? Well, we headed up through Denmark. We almost just literally went east, straight across, past a place called Middelfart, and onto our first toll bridge. And that was Denmark across to another part of Denmark, near to Copenhagen. And that toll bridge, I think, was it about £34 we worked out it cost us? It cost about £34 with the car and the caravan under 15 metres. Which actually caught us out because we thought that there was only one toll bridge between the two destinations.
But there were two.
There were two.
So we paid that one and then trundled on, and then we went over the Øresund bridge. Now that bridge, you would be able to see the footage that we got from there. This bridge, they started building it in 1999, and it was a joint collaboration between Denmark and Sweden, because before then the only way to get across was by a ferry. So they started building the bridge and it took 9 years to build, and they completed it in the year 2000. From what I read, it takes 60,000 people across a day, 60,000 a day. They're making a lot of money on that bridge, because that bridge, one way, we bought a ticket online and it was €116 for the caravan and the car. I think just by car it was just under €60 for a car, so it's expensive. But the ferry, I've had a look at the ferry, and to be fair, it's not a great deal more than the ferry. And the ferry ride, you've got to obviously mess about driving onto a ferry, cross the water, and then carry on. So
it's about 7 hours on a ferry.
Well, it depends where you get the ferry from. If you get it from the German coast, you've then got to travel up to Denmark and then Denmark to Sweden, so that's quite a long journey. So I think we made the right decision. So we left Denmark behind, didn't we?
Yep.
And drove across the Øresund bridge and arrived through Sweden. That was easy, wasn't it? There was no passport control. It was.
No, we've noticed that it seemed to be sort of going over the country lines, and there's no passport real control or checks.
You go through a point where they just smile at you, and then.
But there are sort of slow down points, but we haven't had to actually produce our passports yet. So.
And fudges travel freely across the borders. So we landed and we came straight to this site, which is First Camp Malmö.
Awesome site.
And it's amazing. Yeah, when we arrived, we got given pitch 3. We went to reception, paid, came in. This doesn't appear to be. There are a few seasonals here, but it's nothing like that last site. This is massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not the site itself, the pitches, because I think this has maybe got 100, just over 100 pitches on this bit. I'm not sure.
Has much more of a family feel about it. And as soon as we got here, we said,
"Oh, this is better."
The feeling, just the atmosphere here.
But it's absolutely first class, isn't it? It's a first class site. I'll say that. There's a children's play area. There's a really well equipped kitchen with microwaves and ovens. And
there's dog showers.
There's
all sorts, and we've got a little bit of footage of that.
So we can
toilets.
We can show you those bits. So this is a lovely site, but we've just been here for the night. I slept like a little log last night, and today we're going to hitch up and we're heading up to Oknö, which is near something like that. But Oknö, it's just off the E22, I think the road is. I think it should take us 4 and a bit hours towing, maybe 4.5.
So that's enough of our waffle.
Yeah.
We're going to get packed up and we'll see you on the other side.
See you in Oknö.
So what I thought I'd try today is something a little bit different. So here we are, legs up. It's moving day, it's a travelling day yet again. So today we're going from Malmö First Camp to Oknö. So here we go, moving it out and heading off. So here we are, we've travelled all the way to Oknö. Now that took us the best part of
4.25
hours. Yeah, 4.25 hours, straight up the E22. Really simple route, and to be fair, the roads were really nice until we got through to a few villages which the E22 runs through, but that's nothing to be concerned about. We've got here, we've checked in, we've booked in, and you might not be able to see behind, but we've got a fantastic view straight down to the water edge, and we've just been out for a walk, got topped up over at Netto, got some supplies for tonight, some food, so yeah, this is where we're at.
But we've got a problem, haven't we?
A little bit of a problem.
Got a bit of a problem. As soon as we arrived, we were like, wow, this is amazing, looks great, brilliant, 6 nights, can't wait.
Time to get the legs down and chill out, because as you know, we've been travelling each and every day almost. We've had a couple of days at one stop, but then most of them have just been overnight sort of waiting.
Yeah, so we were really looking forward to doing nothing for 6 days, just exploring. But literally, we pulled in to our pitch, which is fantastic, got out the car, at which point we were attacked by mosquitoes is an understatement. I have never seen mosquitoes like it, and they are huge. I've taken some pictures. They are, I don't even have anything on me. They are the size of, they must be easily a penny's length.
You don't struggle to see them.
Oh, they're massive. I've got some pictures.
I got out the car and I went round to the boot, as I always do, to get the winder out and to get the security out, to start putting it on once we'd sorted everything out. Within seconds, I was almost dancing. They were all over my legs. They were all over my arms.
Well, you've got, I don't know.
Well, I've got bites.
You've covered his legs. I mean, Jules gets bitten anyway, bless him.
I'm a bit of a magnet for bugs, to be fair.
I have never, horrendous. So we're like, okay, let's just, hopefully they'll just dissipate. We might have just disturbed the ground. So we kept putting everything out. I'm whacking them off me. You were just blathered. So we're like, oh, they're a bit bad. Got Fudge out. Poor Fudge. Fudge got out. He literally sat outside for 20 seconds, had some of his water
all over his snout.
And his little snout. I've never seen, but God, it was covered. It was bleeding. They set to on him. His nose, it came up in lumps. It was bleeding. So I'm whacking them all off. Anyway, we thought, right, we'll give it a bit longer, didn't we? Went off down to the shops, got fudge in the car, went down, came back, still no better. And it got to about 5 o'clock, 5:30, went back out thinking, right, no, went for a walk, got back, and we've just put fudge outside, and again, they've swarmed him. They were all over his legs. They were sucking his nose. It was so bad that we've had to put him in the car. He was just being attacked.
When we was at Wareham, I got attacked there because that's quite foresty. And luckily, I had some of this mosquito and insect repellent.
So we've got.
So I had that.
We've put it on fudge and we've put it on.
I've sprayed it all over me, and to be fair, it's made a little bit of a difference, but not massive.
No.
Even to the fact of, in the caravan now, we have a citronella candle that has actually got a mosquito in it that's dead, just to try and.
So, I mean, I know
get a barrier.
If you go to woodland and you're near water, you're going to get mosquitoes. I'm not naive to that fact. However, this is like nothing I've ever seen, even when we've been to Florida, which is renowned for mosquitoes. This is
dry,
just
humid,
unbelievable. We can't even sit out. So I've said, I think tomorrow we're going to move on. We're going to move somewhere else.
Half a dozen mosquitoes, you come to expect it. But when you're absolutely plagued with them, and there's about 30 on you at any one time, that's getting a bit.
And they're
beyond.
massive. I've never seen a mosquito so big in my life. So we're not enjoying the experience. And some of you might say, well, you know, that's part of it. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and get bitten to death. I can't even sit outside. Poor fudge.
But every cloud has a silver lining. You know, we're meant to be here for 6 nights and then moving on. We're here for a night and then we're going to move on tomorrow. We've still got our home. We've got the fly screens and we've got all the nets out. And we'll make do for a night and then we'll just move on. But that's why you've got a home on wheels.
And it's fate. Everything happens for a reason.
It does.
So we'll see where we end up next. I found a very nice site now.
There's no Wi-Fi here. And I've got some uploads to do to try and get the videos out. So as soon as we got here, I asked if there was Wi-Fi so we could upgrade and so I could pay for it. Sorry, the Wi-Fi's not working. So it's another reason.
I think I get the impression this site is like a little bit run down. They probably have. Well, when you said when we checked in and you said she saw we were here for 6 nights, she was like astounded. That's never good, is it?
No. So
I think this is the sort of place people don't stay long. And we saw a little boy down there, bless him, tiny little thing. Oh, his legs. He was in nappies. Yeah. I'm no good with ages with kids, but he was wearing a nappy, so I'd imagine he was quite young. And his little legs, they look like Fudge's nose.
It's such a shame because it is a beautiful site.
Yeah.
The positioning of it, as you'll see some of the footage when we've driven in, the position of it, the walks. This one seems to be a bit more dog friendly as well because dogs are a little bit frowned upon in a lot of places over here that we've found, specific beaches and places. So they have got areas to go to, but I mean the first 2 that we went to, they were just little pens that they expected you to go, and obviously
get off the site basically as quick as you can with your dog, which is fine because I don't want the smell of dog wee all over a tree either. But you know, you can't always get your dog to go where you want it to go. So yeah, the upshot is tomorrow morning we are going to move on, and that's our choice. It's our holiday. It's what we choose to do. We definitely are not enjoying this. So if we're not enjoying it, we're going. Simple as that. And that is the beauty of having a touring caravan. Yeah.
Or a motorhome or what.
Yeah.
You know, you make your own plans and you make your own decisions. Luckily we haven't booked here for longer or paid for here for longer. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. So
another travelling day to look forward to. I just want to sit in a chair in the sun and have a rest.
Just want to get our canopy out and sit out.
Yeah.
Cook some food out on a
So far we've eaten
barbecue.
packaged salads from Netto and Lidl, and that's about as adventurous as we've been.
So there you go. So a little impromptu sort of vlog.
How well it's going.
As to hear.
But Sweden's beautiful, isn't it?
Oknö is beautiful, and everybody's out there paddle boarding, canoeing. It is lovely. It's just, I'm a magnet for mosquitoes, and there's a lot of mosquitoes here. So
yeah, and that's another thing. Jules really suffers. They're drawn to you like a magnet. I mean, I get the odd one. I don't really sort of come up with them, but
this is how bad it is. I'm a magnet for them, but they're even
getting to me. Yeah, but it's not fair on Jules. His legs look horrendous already.
It's not fair on Fudge.
So no, poor Fudge.
He's going to be outside. So
his little
we can sit in here. He can't.
Yeah, no. So we're going to move onwards and upwards. So we will see you tomorrow when we will venture on to pastures new and another adventure.
But look at it in a positive way. It's another campsite for us to show to you. So it might be one that you like.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we think. So we'll catch you.
Yeah, if you like mosquitoes, you'll love Oknö. Cool.
So thanks for watching. Catch you in a bit. So good morning. Here we are, following on from last night and Mosquito Gate. Well, as you know, this is an impromptu travelling day. Karina ran round last night and managed to find another campsite that's about 2 hours from where we were stopping at First Camp Oknö. The next first camp that we're stopping is about 3 hours up the road on the E22, so it is halfway between Oknö and the next first camp that we're stopping. So we're just doing a little bit of travelling today to get a bit further on the route and to try and get rid of these pesky mosquitoes. I've been bitten to death. Karina's got quite a few bites, who never normally gets bitten, so that's where we're at. So what's the name of the place that we're going to today then?
We're going to Norrköping, which is a lot further than halfway. It's 2.5 hours it's going to take us to get to Norrköping, and then it's a further half hour to Kolmården, which is where we're going after. So yeah, I rang last night and we're going to Norrköping, which is a city in Denmark, which is a city in Sweden.
Yeah, we're not in Denmark.
No, we're not in Denmark, we're in Sweden.
So she's concentrating driving, so she shouldn't really be talking, to be fair.
It's on a river. It's got 130 pitches. It's quite expensive, but I think that's generally how Sweden is, and it is the school holidays, so everywhere's pretty expensive.
So we were lucky to get him somewhere, especially with some electric. You probably can't see, but the weather is a little bit inclement today. It's that really fine drizzle that gets you really, really wet. So we woke up to that overnight. It wasn't forecast, but hey ho, this is how it rolls. So we're just wagons roll on to the next destination, and we will show you what that one's like. So like I said last night, every cloud you get to see a new little sight, so we'll show you when we get there. Catch you in a bit.
So it's Wednesday, it's 1 week and a day since we set off on our European tour, and we obviously told you last that we'd arrived at Oknö and the site was beautiful, but the problem was mosquitoes. And when I say problem, it wasn't any ordinary problem.
It was pretty
It
mega.
was unbearable. It was unbelievable. That night we literally sat inside and Fudge had to be put away because he got eaten, we got eaten. The next morning I said to Jules, we'll have to go, we can't stay here. Everyone else, they were sat inside, they were getting bitten. I've never seen anything like it. And we know Sweden has mosquitoes, that's not the problem. This was just something on a different level. So we it was drizzling yesterday morning, but we packed up as quick as we've ever packed up ever, and they were just all over us, weren't they? They were just stuck to us and we were getting bitten alive. So we packed it all up.
Several more bites in the morning, packing up.
Yeah, and then we
braving it.
we hitched up. Overnight I'd found a site in a city called Norrköping or Norrköping, a bit further north in Sweden, and I gave them a call and asked if he had any pitches, and thankfully he said yes. So that's where we headed off to yesterday. It took us just over 2 hours, was it, to tow here? Two and a bit hours to tow here, and we arrived, and it's a site, privately owned site. It's got about 130 electric pitches, and it's right on the river, and it's literally 2 kilometres from the city centre. And we're not talking Leeds, but I'd say it's maybe Cambridge size, something like that. So
it's too busy concentrating on the
mosquitoes. So we hitched up and we arrived here yesterday, and it's a really nice site. We're going to have a look around and show you around, but hopefully now we're here for 5 nights. We had last night here. It is warm, we've got the canopy up. It's due to get up to about 30 degrees the next few days. Fudge is just unconscious on the floor down here. He's having a great time.
I think there's a bit of a heat wave at home as well, so everybody's enjoying this lovely weather.
Yeah. So what about prices? Well, we've found Sweden, the supermarkets are expensive, aren't they? To give you an idea, milk and bread are about the same as at home, but the rest of it, it's like shopping at Marks and Spencer's food hall, I would say.
Yeah, all the fresh produce and all the meat is quite expensive.
Yeah. We both bought a boxed salad yesterday, like you'd get in the normal supermarket, with a bit of pasta, a bit of cheese, lettuce, and a dressing to put on. And at home, they're normally about £2.50, £3. They were £6 each. So that gives you an idea. Chicken, how much did you say 2 chicken fillets were? £10?
Yeah, 100 krona. So
yeah, so just under £10 for 2 chicken fillets. So yeah, it's quite pricey. The site, this is about £40 a night for us, which again, it's more than we pay at home. But it is summer and you are in a city centre, so I suppose it's like going to a site in one of our cities. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we will settle down for a few days.
Just quickly, just whilst we're on that sort of subject of bits and pieces in and around, just been going through some of the comments. Thank you very much for those, because obviously the video went up yesterday. People asking about electric hookup. Over here so far we've been to 6 different sites, and every single site we've been to has accepted the standard that we use in the UK. So just the normal 3-pin electric hookup cable is what we've used so far. We have brought a European one out with us just in case, because we didn't know, but every site, even this small independent, if you like, site is using the electric hookup that we use at home. So just to answer that question. The other thing is there is an event on here at the moment. There's a bit of
an orienteering
event that they've got. So when we actually arrived here, the fields just surrounding this campsite were filled with campers, caravans.
Thousands of people.
There's thousands. Yeah. So we were sort of like, well, what have we come to?
But they've all got pedal bikes and they've all just gone off. The Swedish people seem absolutely lovely, and you feel safe here. But it's a lovely place. We're going to explore more, and hopefully we'll all get to see more together. There's a walk just from the site, just down this road here behind us. We're going to have a head off down there, and that goes over the river that we're next to. We've had some hares visitors, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got hares here.
2 sort.
And there's a huge shopping centre. I know you don't come to Sweden to go shopping, but I quite like a walk around a shopping centre. I don't spend money, but I like to walk around. So
especially in this weather, if it's air conditioned.
If it's air conditioned, and there's underground parking as well, which is good for Fudge. It's very dog friendly as well, isn't it? But it's funny, they don't seem to have many bins on sites. They have one general sort of communal rubbish point, which is almost like a great big skip, and everyone takes the rubbish there. There aren't points dotted around. So if you're on a big site, which some of them have been, you are walking miles to the bins. It's strange. And
what we have found though is very efficient, because obviously they've got one bin point, so that just gets emptied, so there's nobody doing any bin runs.
No.
And then people have left today and they've literally come straight out with the ride-on mower, cut the grass where they're under, ready for the next.
Yeah.
So it
seems a high turnover, doesn't there? People sort of stop a night and move on, but which is what we've done a lot of the time. And there's some bigger vans here. Sweden, it seems there's huge
being
vans.
Towed by very small cars.
Saloon cars, yeah.
But
massive Adrias, hobbies, fence. There's a mate called Polar. Never seen that before.
We've been looking as we've been driving along. So yeah, hobby, LMC, Fen, Polar, and sort of Bursners and things like that.
A lot of Bursners, yeah.
Yeah,
and then obviously Heimer Motorhomes.
So whilst we're here, and we're going to get disturbed by the plane, we'll end it there for now.
We're going to go spend more money in the supermarket.
We're going to go and have a wander and have an explore now. So let's go and see what there is out there.
Let's go have a look.
So see you in a little while.